Welcome to this video lecture of accelerators and retarders. They are in series of previous video lectures where we had discussed about admixtures which are used to modify the properties of concrete. Now this is the outcome of this video lecture also, that how to modify the property as per our requirement. So if I will start discussing about these admixtures, then in first slide, I want to discuss about accelerators. These accelerating admixtures are added to concrete either to increase the rate of early strength development or to shorten the time of setting or both. Now, what is the requirement of accelerator? Why we require accelerator? Because it can be reduce the period of curing, or it can permit early removal of foam work, or advance the time of structure to put in service. It is best suited when you are doing concreting in cold weather, that is when temperature is under minus 23 degrees centigrade, or for emergency repair works. Now, there are different type of accelerators available. They can be soluble in organic salts, they can be soluble organic compounds, they can be quick setting admixtures, they can be miscellaneous solid materials. If we classify them chemically, then chemical admixtures are sodium thiocyanates and other thiocyanate salts, or triethanolamine and other alkanolamines. They can be product based on sulfates, nitrates, formates, calcium chloride, etc. Now, generally, the accelerator used are calcium chloride, because we know the findings, or we know that how calcium chloride will react with concrete, or what it will change. So if I discuss about the effects of calcium chloride, which is a common accelerator, which is used to accelerate the time of set, and rate of strength gain can increased. But we have to take care that it should meet the requirement of ASTM D68. Now, the effect of calcium chloride is it lowers the temperature at which freezing of wet mixture takes place. It can help to keep the mixture warm. It can resist the freezing and thawing action. It affects on the strength. It changes the heat of hydration. It affects on the setting time of the concrete. Excessive amount of calcium chloride in concrete mix may result in rapid stiffening or increase in drying shrinkage. The corrosion about which we are discussing, it is possible that there is a slight corrosion, but the steel exposed to tap water or distilled water are more corroded if we compare them, but still we are mixing the tap water. But it should be taken care that calcium chloride should not be used when strong electric current is expected or the concrete is exposed to electric current. Even calcium chloride should not be used when you are doing concreting with pre-stressed concrete. Now, some of you can think or can give the answer that why in the case of pre-stressed concrete we should not use calcium chloride, because there is a possible stress corrosion in pre-stressed steel. Even it should also be avoided when combination of metals such as aluminum alloys, which are used to make electric conduit, and steel reinforcement are used. Even some researchers, some concrete workers, they used calcium chloride as a anti-freeze material. But it should not be done, because if it is used in large amount, then it can lower the freezing point of the concrete, which ruins the concrete. Actually, what they think that accelerators counteract the influence of cold weather. It can slow down the curing and setting process. Many other materials have been found to accelerate the strength gain of concrete. But in general, they are selected as per the requirement. And you have to note down this point that only limited information is available regarding their effect on strength of concrete. Actually, cement hydration is temperature dependent and time dependent. The higher the temperature, the faster the reaction happens. As time passes, or you can say with span of time, strength continues to develop even after the initial set, as the hydration is continuing. Accelerator act as a catalyst for hydration reaction. As soon as the water meet cementitious material, the hydration reaction begins. Likewise, most accelerator also begin performing shortly upon their addition to a concrete mix during the dormant period. Dormant period is when water is mixing with the cement, when the fresh concrete is in plastic stage, so that they are able to be handled prior to the initial set. The action of set accelerator can last anywhere from 10 minutes in a hot mix to 2 hours for a cold mix. During this setting period, that is after initial set and prior to the final set, accelerator can provide rapid strengthening up to 10 to 12 hours, especially when heat is applied. One more thing I wanted to tell you, that during the hardening period, strength gain is typically very slow and can take many hours to complete. In some cases, to an insufficient amount when gypsum is present, false set can be there, can be seen, which may involve rapid setting and very little heat generation by contractors. Now, if we discuss about retarders, so retarders are working just opposite as accelerator does. Because in the case of accelerator, they are accelerating the speed of setting time. Whereas in case of retarder, it is delaying the initial setting time of the concrete. Generally, they are used in hot weather condition to counter the rapid hardening due to high temperature, thus allowing the time for mixing, transporting, and placing. They may also act as water reducers. Retarders are used to slow down the chemical reaction for hardening of plastic material such as wallboard, concrete, adhesives, etc. Actually, they are used to overcome the accelerating effect of high temperature on setting property of concrete in hot weather conditions. They are used in casting and consolidating large number of pores without forming a cold joint. Because if you are doing mass concreting or if you are doing concreting for a very large structure, then there are chances that cold joint can develop. But by using these retarders, we can avoid those cold joint. Retarders are also used in grouting the oil well, because at that places we have to place the concrete at much deeper places, or you can say at far distances from the surface of the earth, where the temperature is too high and pressure is too high. So by using this retarder, we can grout the cavities formed around the oil well, where you had bored the oil well. Sometimes concrete has to be used in difficult conditions, and delay may occur in compacting and placing the concrete. So at that places, the setting has to be restrained, setting has to be delayed. And what help there? The retarders help the maximum at that places. Commonly used retarder is calcium sulfate. Even we had discussed at the time of manufacturing of cement that by adding gypsum, we can retard the setting time of gypsum, of cement. And it is true, but gypsum can be added only for, 2 to 3% by the weight of the cement. It can retard the setting within a limit. If you increase the quantity of gypsum so that you can increase the setting time, then you should not have any control on the setting time. It is also possible. Starches, cellulose, sugar, acids, or salt of acids are also used as a retarder. They have variable effect on different type of cement when they are used in different quantity. Even sugar is also common sugar. I am discussing about common sugar. So if someone asks you what happens if sugar is added to concrete, then actually has also a retarding effect. It can also used as a retarding agent. But addition of excessive amount of sugar may cause indefinite delay in the setting time. If I am saying indefinite, it means that to calculate the setting time with the addition of sugar in excessive quantity is very difficult. Lignosulfonic acid and salts, hydroxylated carboxylic acid and their salts also retard, and even they reduce the quantity of water requirement by the concrete. Material like mucic acid, calcium acetate are some example of retarding agents. Now, if we conclude this video lecture, then we can say that accelerators are added to concrete for its strength development. The common uses of adding accelerating admixtures are permitted early removal of foam work. It reduces required period of curing. It advances the time that a structure can be placed in service, partially compensate for the retarding effect of low temperature during cold weather concreting. For emergency repair work, accelerators generally reduce the setting time and accelerate the rate of hydration of cement. Consequently, it gains earlier rate of strength. The example of accelerator are sulfate except calcium sulfate, alkali carbonates of aluminates and silicates, aluminum chloride, calcium chloride, sodium and potassium hydroxides, calcium formate, formaldehyde, paraformaldehyde. When some substances act as accelerator and retarder based on the proportion added. For example, 2% of calcium chloride when added by weight of cement act as an accelerator, and it acts as a retarder when the percentage is increases. So, the same example is there with triethanolamine. When it is added up to 0.06%, it is accelerator, but when it exceeds, then it acts as an retarder. The accelerator, calcium chloride and sodium chloride are very useful in cold weather concreting when temperature is minus 23 degrees centigrade. At this temperature, freezing action takes place. Accelerator help to keep the mixture warm by accelerating the generation of heat and increase the ability of concrete to resist the frost, speeding up the rate of gain of strength. Retarders are admixture which slows down the chemical process of hydration so that it is plastic and workable for long duration. In simple words, retarders normally increase the setting time and delays the setting of cement. Retarders also increase compressive strength and effect on freezing and thawing properties. Few examples are calcium sulfate, sugar, starch, cellulose, ammonium, ferrous and ferric chloride, sodium hexametaphosphate, lignosulfonic acid and their salts, carbohydrates, hydrocarboxylic acid and their salt. Most frequent used retarder is calcium sulfate. Common sugar is also very effective retarding agent. It delays the setting time of concrete without any damaging effect on the ultimate strength. An addition of 0.2% retarder by weight of cement retards the hydration of cement to an extent that final sitting time up to 72 hours. It has been observed that addition of 0.1% retarder raises the strength of cement at 3 days. It increases the 28 days strength by 30%. Retarders are mainly used in situations where grouting is to be done for voids behind the concrete, in concrete arc, internal lining, even for better bond between successive lift in concretes. They are also used in composite section where steel rolled section have to carry a load of concrete before latter is capable to act as compressive member. It also used that when hot water is to be mixed in the concrete. For injecting steam, it is also used, and it does not affect the 28 days strength as normal concrete. Thank you. I hope you had understand the topic of the present video lecture. Thank you.